expectation and you just want to go with the flow. That is what I look for. But like you do have people. Like when I go for your interview, I definitely look for great conversations and great angles, which I must have not explored in my mind. Like the question that you asked me, I never really sat back or thought about them or ever sort of went through making those decisions the way I that they spoke about it. So yeah, so I think it depends, like I said, depends a lot on the interviewer and how comfortable they make you feel, and the intent of the person also. When they're asking you questions, you just like someone like me who at 28 has seen half the world. Like I know when I see a person that what that person is seeking from me, and sometimes you give them what they want, sometimes you don't. I'm pissed today. I don't want to give any sensational lines. And sometimes the conversation is so genuine, and the person is genuinely wanting to know who you are, and we are more than happy. Like who is not more than happy telling them who we are, how we got here, and what makes us. Even the film companion thing we did. You asked
the master
me
class,
the master class. You asked me about the depths of the craft that I've developed over the years, and I can't share that with anyone. Like even sometimes when if I tell Rangoli I cracked this like that, my sister or my brother, they'll be like, wow, so they won't understand this that language, so I was so happy to talk about it, and you valued it. So for me it was something that I treasure and I value as well.
And what's the one thing that really pisses you off?
Um, well, it depends on the kind of day it is, but usually, of course, like the shallow conversations and obviously the repetitive question, and the person is recording and taking your interview just because they are asked to, and they have to go back with that interview, and you were just one of those people. Like they just kind of
It's a job.
It's a job, and you have to just give those repetitive lines. बहुत अच्छा लगा इनके साथ काम करके, बहुत ही प्रोफेशनल हैं, टाइम पे आ जाते हैं, और मुझे भी अच्छा. और एक आखिरी क्वेश्चन, they cut you off in between because they have to go, so you meet all kind of.
It's funny she says that because as journalists now I know I make sure that I don't ask those questions because that's exactly the answer you're going to get. What was it like to work with this person? Like she's going to tell you that he was a pain and it was horrible and you never going to work with him again. She's never going to tell you that, right?
Exactly.
Maybe you, Anu.
But another thing that just kind of drives him mad is वो अपनी फिल्म का डायलॉग सुनाएंगे.
I think that's I mean we as viewers also get very, what is that?
Okay, like it took me 3 days to do that, and how can I do it here now? Okay, dialogue में सुना तो can you please dance on that song, please? No, it's okay. We can, we have to wrap it. One thumka, please. Like, so I don't know, people do that. I mean, actors are very gracious and very nice who do that. I've never got off my chair and done a thumka for anyone or things like that. And I make sure that I convey that to them, that, I don't look at my craft like that, where I can just get up anytime and do the kind of things that I, do in movies. I respect my work, and I cannot, and it's impossible for me to display a word from my character or a particular nuance, on TV, television like that. So I think somewhere media needs to have that sort of respect for, I don't say that every actor approaches their craft like that, not all of us, but like everyone has a different approach. There are ones who are so charming that they would love to actually get onto this table and charm you all and seduce you all, but all of us are not the same. Few people have their own personalities, and I think interviewers somewhere tend to think all actors are just the same. Like I am so shy. Like every time I try to get on stage, do a show or anything, I had like major panic attacks and palpitations and things like that. I can never dance on stage. Most of the time I don't go for awards because I get so nervous, and I am here today because it's you, or I don't usually do, like very personal, intimate this thing, because I've fucked up way too many times. And, I hope to keep to myself, and कहते हैं अपनी इज्जत अपने हाथ में होती है.
Arnab, do you think comedy is the key to breaking images, to getting a different spin on celebrity?
I think since the time of Premchand only, whenever we have tried to tell truth to the society or we have tried to deal with it, if you deal with it in any other manner other than comedy and humor, I think it has faced very dramatic and bad consequences. Like when we created Barely Speaking with Arnab, a lot of people think that okay, it's a show where but the whole agenda was we were inspired with a couple of shows like there is one show called Between Two Ferns, and there's a show called Ali Ji in the House, and there's of course some inspiration from Mr. Rajiv Masan, the way he he reviews the movies. So we thought that why not humanize the guests? I think because when we imagine that when a celebrity talks to her friends or his friends, they talk to them like people, and when you talk to your friends, you बोलते अरे यार तू क्या कर रहा है यार, क्या बेवकूफ़ी कर रहा है यार, तू क्यों ऐसे कर रहा है, और वो बोलता है हाँ यार ये गलती हो गई यार मेरे से यार, मुझे नहीं करना चाहिए था ये. I think that conversation is a part of us being human. It cannot be that somebody has become a star then he has stopped having that conversation, and we just tried to capture that. So even when Shah Rukh, whose stakes are so high, and he was willing to sort of come on stage and face these questions. Forget that, when Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, who is like a politician, who is a leader, who is having his own...
You recently had him on.
Yeah, he is recently having, I think he keeps having things. So he, imagine a man who is always in the midst of something. He agreed to be on the show.
And so they had Arvind Kejriwal and then they had the fake Arvind Kejriwal.
Yeah. I think Jeetu is here, and he met him, he said, you do better Kejriwal than him. I do. And I just said, I hope he does the same when it comes to politics. So he said that, okay, I would love to be a part of this. So we made this question that, so when you went and proposed to your wife, how did you do that? So he said, he actually did this in real life. He went to a room, knocked the door and said, I want to marry you. So then we cracked the joke that अगर वो नहीं मानती तो आप वहाँ पे बैठ के धरना देते, ठीक है? And did you have a doubt about your engagement 46 days after you were engaged to her? So I think and he was, because all of us are humans and I think we appreciate these kind of jokes, and that is what we intended to do. That okay, let's break the PR machinery manufactured image that they have been attuned to for such a long time. Let's break that. Let's make them sit in front of a fake meanest host that can be there in this country and let him ask brutal questions and let them be friends and let them talk to them like friends, and that is what we've tried to achieve. And Pariniti was a spot.
Well.
I'm telling, we were scared to tell Pariniti that we are coming to you with jokes like तुम्हारी अगली मूवी का नाम शुद्ध देसी घी होना चाहिए, शुद्ध देसी रोमांस नहीं.
It's not working.
You know how many times Queen has been played in my office. We must have lost on business because of your film.
One of the big sort of conundrums I had in my life as a professional journalist, and I'm old school, I'm a print journalist to begin with. I was trained as a print journalist. I went to Northwestern University. I was taught that advertising and editorial are two separate things. They're church and state, and never shall the twain meet. And now we live in a world where you can buy your own press. It's extremely disturbing for me. I don't know how to get my head around it. I cannot make peace with it. How does it impact on you as an actor when you can actually just buy and construct your own interview and then wake up in the morning and look at yourself and say, wow, you can create your own myth. You can just do it. What does that do?
I really don't have much to say about it, but it's very harmful for the business part of our craft, because you spend so much money buying these media ads or full page ads or to build perception, and then you want to save that money and not put it in the film and do things like that.
But put it into marketing
instead, and no one knows how much it is benefiting from a film like, for example, Queen. I mean, it just did well on word of mouth, and eventually the content has to be good, but it's true that people are way too invested in the buying part of it, like they want to buy everything from reviews to media net to opinions to blogs. Everything is bought these days, which makes very hard for small filmmakers and the ones who are very genuinely, trying to make cinema.
Rajiv, does it bug you? Does it
It
bug
does.
you?
It does. And now there's not even a distinction between between what is paid and what is unpaid.
You
So
can't
you're
tell.
reading material and you don't know. I mean, you know, but you're meant not to know, and it's dangerous. It's just dangerous. It's what breed of journalists are being created. It's scary. I mean, for a younger breed, they don't know any different. They don't know of a time when they were two separate things. When advertising and journalism was two separate things. So it makes me very uncomfortable. It's very dangerous.
But we shall hope. And
We shall hope.
We have Arnab to give us honest feedback always.
Yeah, I think so. Because I think that's one of the trickier and leveling part of digital medium is that there is only so much of buying that can happen. So because every single viewer is very omni-powerful, they'll just do a click and close the thing because they don't like it, or they'll go ahead, comment it and like it because they really feel for it. So I think till now, fingers crossed, there is no buying and selling happening on that medium, and we hope that we keep it like that and maintain it. And
Yeah, but you can manipulate perceptions of people because everyone is not, sort of molded to think that way. What they watch on TV or they read, they tend to make their opinions based on that because
They believe it.
yeah,
Yeah, because and why I stopped reading paper, which is very harmful, and watching TV is because they don't tell you news, they tell you perception, what you should be thinking about this news, which is wrong because you're feeding my brain. Like I'm not allowed to make a perception of this particular event or this particular piece of news or action taken by government or some rape case that happened there. You're telling me what I should be thinking and what is actually happening because you should only give me the news and then I will think what is happening. So this is also the difference between actually the reporting and actually trying to form the perception of people.
So you don't read papers at all?
It was supposed to be a secret.
Do you read your
Now you will call me on your show and ask me who's the president of India, and I was like,
No, but Sangha, do you read your own interviews? Do you see your own press? Not at all. Really?
No.
You don't want to know what they're saying?
no, because I'm like, oh, I didn't mean that. Now I'm disturbed. No, I'm, like I said, I don't know, I just keep to myself because there's no point anyway, because you just, you just want to allow that much to happen on its own. And I think it just makes people controlling. That I want to control everything, what people are thinking about me, I want to control that. What people are writing about me, I should know and it should have happened or would have happened. And when you are in a place, like as insecure as an acting job, you tend to be so controlling and annoying. That is what I've learned from my seniors. So don't be like that. Don't read paper. Don't see your interview. Don't worship yourself, So just let it be.
Don't believe your own press. Yeah, I think that's fundamental, especially when you can buy it.
Yeah. Exactly.
don't believe the products that you're buying.
Indeed. Arnab, Rajiv, Kanna, thank you so much.
Hello.
Thank you
Thank you.
guys.
So interesting to see them stop clicking and listening.
Also, congratulations on your book.
Thank you.
And
So
I'm gonna
we have to
grab-
now unveil it.
So yeah.